My name is Mars, and we are on the streets. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
This is Mahiri Fainke, aka Spicy Castle.
Spicy Castle, how you feeling?
Alive and invigorated.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about your pronouns and gender identity.
They, them, and I am a being. I'm existent. Um, you can perceive me how you perceive me. That's life, you know?
You were born in Philadelphia. What was that like, and how did that impact your artistry?
In the time that I grew up in Philadelphia, jazz and West African music and hip hop were thriving. And what we had were a bunch of street festivals. We had the Philly Jazz Festival, you had Odunde Festival. You would have multiple traditional festivals and little events. And somehow I ended up immersed in all of them.
What was your first medium, and what led you to music?
Ooh, I think my first medium was the drum. But in my heart and what I remember, my first medium was dance. And I am a West African folklorist and dancer and musician, and every bit of traditional culture has been in my cipher. And it's something I can't let go of, but dance is my home.
How would you describe your music?
Ooh, loaded question. This is psychedelic West African fusion. I fuse jazz, rock, funk, etc., and etc. If it's doable, it's done, which everything is doable, so everything is being done.
Who are some of the icons and legends that inspired you and your music?
Momo Wandel Suma, of course, the infamous Erykah Badu, Jill Scott. You have Modu Mokhtar. You have Mamadou Kouyaté of Mandingo Ambassadors. Weedy Brahima. Some of the most powerful. Roberta Flack. Yassine Bey. I could go on and on.
Right, just to name a few, talk about legends, those were all heavy hitters.
Yeah.
Speaking of heavy hitting, you were featured by Vogue in 2020. You worked on projects with Burna Boy, Travis Scott, and just got done playing the Brooklyn Museum Gala. What does it mean to you to be in such big spaces, and what would younger you say to yourself today?
This is what you always wanted. I still feel small in these spaces, though. I feel so small, like just a tiny speck. And what I'm doing is making an impact, but still, me as a person, I'm just a human, and I am just existing and adding to whatever is already existent. Nothing makes me special by just existing. That is real. Like, we're all here together. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm so happy to be here in the same space and time as you because you make me feel special every time I see you.
Good.
So I could not disagree more, but I understand the sentiment. Yes. How did you hear about Producer Monday?
I'll give that one to Nev. I met Nev here in the Lower East Side.
Shout out, Nev.
Who joined us tonight. Nev, I met at the Music Inn on a Thursday night at the open mic. I met him my first time going there, and that man sang his heart away. And at that time, I hadn't fully given into music. I was still like on the fence about pursuing my music career in New York City. And I fully didn't know what I wanted to do. But yeah, I met Nev, and that man blew me away. And I think he's also one of my inspirations into just letting myself go as a musician.
What did you perform for us tonight?
Ooh, I performed one of my favorite selections. Actually saved all my good stuff for later. Y'all look at that later. These are actually just old versions and like sneak peeks of what I'm really going to be doing with my music. But what I played tonight was The Queen's Bed and Afro Blue and Jadabi, which Jadabi is like my favorite personal song. It's the first song I ever learned on Kora, and it is an ancient West African song about passion and love. And yeah, it's just like sultry and sweet, but it can be fast, it can be slow, it can be sad, angry, happy, however you want to mean it. But that passionate love you feel is always resonant inside of it.
Okay, last question. That was a big message, and your performance was a big message. The way you walk and carry yourself is a message. What message do you want to directly tell the people? What do you want people to receive from your music, your artistry, and how you carry yourself?
Revolution and evolution. That's all it is. The growth and change over centuries, and the growth and change that needs to happen now. That's that's all I have to say.
Thank you so much for an amazing performance tonight and your presence and what you share and your contribution to the culture. We adore you.